Hey guys, Protractus One here, back again with another part from Agatha Christie, and then there were none on the Wii. I have to twist this off by the Wii remote, spinning it around crazily. Run all the way there. Run! I said run, run! God, noob! Run, 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 run! Run! You're going to want to grab the oars, run straight through the door, which is clearly not obvious. Just there, if you saw before, he thought there was a piece with some pliers. Now that there, I guess you guys can guess what it is. It's a door.
This panel seems out of place.
Hold on. You're going to want to grab a shovel.
There's something here I need.
For that. And all this you can do on chapter 1. Basically you would need to get here by about chapter 4 or 5. But I'm showing you how you can do it as easy as you possibly can. Just go on here for a minute. Now where is it? Microphone. There's the microphone. You have to plug it in right there at the front. Now you need another fuse in there, which is what you have to get on the next, about at the end of this chapter I think, or just before the end. You can check out all this stuff by seeing what it clicks on, but try and just do this and show you where most of the stuff is. Once you've done all that, you're going to want to head over to the dining room, and then that'll be the end of the first part. And because it's Agatha Christie, there's always death. So here's where your first person will die.
Aha! With my ear against the door, the conversation becomes quite clear.
Already once.
Did anyone else see the poem over the fireplace?
10 Little Sailor Boys. Yes, I saw it.
And here before us as the centerpiece of our table are the 10 little sailor boys themselves, all looking correct and polished.
I like a neat and tidy house, Your Honour. Robson, the man who built this house, was a sailor. Perhaps Mr. Owen inherited them from him.
Another question for Mr. Owen.
As I remember, the rhyme was about soldier boys. Highly inappropriate, as I recall.
There are many variations.
You seem to know quite a bit about it, Miss Claythorne.
I was a governess before seeking secretarial work. Governesses spend a lot of time with nursery rhymes.
All gratuitously gruesome, if you ask me. So much violence in the world today.
Sometimes violence is necessary, Miss Brent.
There speaks a soldier for you.
A realist, Miss Brent, not a dreamer. If action needs to be taken, I, for one, am fully prepared to take it.
How does the famous rhyme go, Miss Claythorne?
Must we harp on this topic at dinner?
Miss Brent may be right, Mr. Marston. The rhyme is a bit gruesome. It's there over the fireplace in the parlour if you care to have a look later.
If you think so. Excellent meal orders. My compliments to both you and your good woman. You've done your employers proud.
Thank you, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Most gratifying, I'm sure. After dinner drinks will be served in the front parlour.
Ladies and gentlemen, silence please. This is your host, UN Owen. You are charged with the following indictments. Edward George Armstrong, that you did upon the 14th day of March 1925 caused the death of Louisa Mary Cleese, Emily Caroline Brent, that upon the 5th of November 1931 you were responsible for the death of Beatrice Taylor, William Henry Blore, that you brought about the death of James Stephen Landor on October 10th, 1928, Vera Elizabeth Claythorne, that on the 11th day of August 1935 you killed Cyril Ogilvy Hamilton, Philip Lombard, that upon a date in February 1932 you were guilty of the death of 21 men, members of an East African tribe, John Gordon Mackenzie, that on the 4th of January 1917 you deliberately sent your wife's lover Arthur Richmond to his death, Anthony James Marston, that upon the 14th day of November last you were guilty of the murder of John and Lucy Combs, Thomas Rogers and Ethel Rogers, that on the 6th of May 1929 you brought about the death of Jennifer Brady, Lawrence John Wargrave, that upon the 10th day of June 1934 you were guilty of the murder of Edward Seaton. Prisoners at the bar, have you anything to say in your defense?
Doctor! I only fainted, Rogers. I'm sure she'll be fine. Narracott, you get my bag from my room?
Yes, of course. Stout fellow. Marston, in a moment I'll want help to get her to her room.
Of course. Behind the kitchen, is it, Rogers?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. You can use that door.
It's amazing, really, because it's the only one time that you actually ever get to take his bag. Oh yeah, I forgot the silk sheets. My mistake, guys, so sorry. Just the green thing.
These are very expensive linens. I bet they're very strong.
I want to go to the servant quarters. Where's his bag? There we go, there's his bag. Here we go.
Thank you, Mr. Narracott. I am in your debt.
Sorry guys, just trying to post on Twitter at the same time.
Now, Rogers, tell us about that extraordinary voice.
It was Mr. Owen, sir. In his letter, he wrote to me to put it on the gramophone once you were all settled in here after dinner. That was Mr. Owen's voice?
You doubt that it was?
No. I thought I recognized it. I'm sure I'm mistaken.
A disgraceful practical joke.
You think it was a joke?
What else could it be?
I will need to hear more evidence before offering an opinion.
Mr. Marston and I carried Mrs. Rogers to her room. I gave her a mild sedative. She's resting comfortably.
Whoever it was on that recording, that person knows or has taken the trouble to find out a good deal about us all. He was correct about Seton. I presided at the trial, but all I did was execute a guilty man.
I remember the case. As I recall, there was some talk.
Happily, guilt and innocence are decided by those of us qualified to make a judgment, not by gossip. Of course, there is one omission in that recording. Mr. Narracott, of course. Although to hear Mr. Blore tell it, he might have earned a place on that list, had Mr. Owen been so inclined.
Right guys, it's the end of part 5 I believe. I'll be seeing you on part 6 shortly. Remember guys, comment, rate, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at PredatorXS1, and I'll see you soon in the next part.